Hi guys. Today I want to kind of talk about first things that happen in your life, and all the little no-nos or pathways to growing up that you get into as you're growing up. When I was, both my parents smoked when I was growing up, and I think I tried back and forth. I wanted to experience what it was like. I wanted to see what all the thrill was about. But I never really got into it because they didn't taste good. And they made me dizzy. Yeah, my birds are in the background, as always. Anyway. I had my best friend. She started smoking when she was about 14, and in those days, kids in junior high, or I guess what they call middle school now in some places, anyway, they kind of formed little groups, little cliques, or cliques as some people say, and you know, if you were a smoker, you hung around with other smokers, you did smoky things, I don't know, but I kind of was sad when she got into that, because I thought, well, there goes my best friend. She's going to be hanging around with other people. I did, a couple of times I smoked with her, but it never was my thing. I think one of the weirdest experiences that just kind of made me think this is ridiculous was when I went into a girl's washroom, and one of the other teenagers said, well, if you don't smoke, you're not cool. And I thought, well, that's kind of a stupid thing to say. I mean, what does coolness have to do with smoking? So I just thought, well, if you don't smoke, you're not following the herd. So I thought, I don't want to smoke. Why should I smoke? So I never did. And I'm very glad of it. So, okay, that was the smoking thing. Yeah, once again, I didn't have a fully charged battery. I should be spanked. Anyway, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, and I hope I'm clear enough. Can't tell. So anyway, yeah, that was my smoking episode. Let's see, what's the next thing? I had friends that smoked pot. They weren't close friends. They were just kind of acquaintances. I kind of just shrugged. I wasn't into it. I didn't badmouth them. I don't know. Didn't really care about it. So, okay, so the pot thing never got into my life. I really wasn't interested. I guess I was a little bit fearful of losing control, but I liked being kind of aware, I guess, of my surroundings, and I didn't really want to be dopey, and I just wanted to be in control. Anyway, so that goes on. What's the next thing? Sex, well, first experiences with sex. I think I'm going to keep that private. Let's just say it was pretty normal, not awful, not super great, kind of just random beginnings. Anyway, the first time I got into alcohol, which was probably before the sex thing, but I tried this and that. I experimented a bit. I liked just being a little bit tipsy. I didn't like being full-on drunk, unless I was in a super giddy, giggly mood, because other than that, I just wanted to go to sleep. So, yeah, I guess I had my fun with alcohol. And later on, it just became a thing I would do just once in a while. I'd go over to my girlfriend's house and we'd watch movies and have a nice wine, and it was no biggie. So life goes on. Go past my 20s into my 30s, and I had a friendship with this couple that were incredibly nice people, and they smoked pot every now and again, and I just thought, you know what, I'm curious, I'm finally curious, and I want to see what it's like, and they seem okay, and they seem normal, so what the heck. Tried it. First time, no reaction whatsoever. Second time, yeah, I got a little happy, a little giddy. A few more times after that, had some definitely hilarious moments. My reaction was, it is not as bad or weird or scary as I thought it would be. It plays with your sense of time. It does make things funnier. But still, I wasn't into, sucking smoke into my lungs. And then one day, I had an extremely bad reaction, anxiety-wise, with, I just realized I've been looking into the viewfinder. So I had a very bad reaction, anxiety-wise, with pot. I mean, it was horrible. I felt like I needed an ambulance. The anxiety just totally froze my torso. It took me over. And I rationalized that I probably just had way too much, didn't know what I was doing. They were pot brownies. So I tried it again another time, a lot less, and I had another bad experience. So I realized that I'm way too sensitive for this stuff, and I just stopped. It wasn't worth the anxiety. It was a horrible experience. I have nothing against other people doing it. I think it can be quite medicinal for people with problems. I had a friend who had a disability, and she was in a wheelchair, and pot was the only thing that would calm her legs down. Her leg nerves would always start getting jumpy. Certain people benefit by pot, marijuana. I just had a terrible reaction, and I just don't really want to have that experience anymore. So I think it can be a very individual experience for everybody. One thing I don't like is, and I don't believe in, is any kind of addictions to these things. I think if you're partaking in something, that's okay, but if it starts controlling your life, then you got to take a serious look at what you're doing and how it's affecting you and maybe your friends and your whole life. So be very conscious of that. I in no way advocate smoking, drinking, doing any kind of street drugs, not at all. So those were my basic experiences in that department. I never got into harder drugs. I'm thankful of that. I think I have a pretty good enough imagination and sense of happiness and fun, and I just don't feel that I'm lacking in anything. So, and right now I'm also in a spiritual path that asks us to commit to not drinking or doing any kind of street drugs. So, hey, that works for me. Yeah, I just wanted to share some of my firsts with you. I think everybody has different experiences. Yeah, so maybe you can share some of mine, or comment, or tell me what you would like to hear more of. It's a very rainy day here. Don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather. Anyway, yeah, I like to sing. So, yeah. Anyway, subscribe, thumbs up, tell me your experiences, converse with me. Come on, folks. I want to have a little back and forth, see what's going on here with you, and see what's going on with your day and your life, and yeah, share with me, and I'll share with you. But that sex thing, I think I'll keep that a little private. I want to leave something for myself. Okay, well, I'm going to have to get out in the rain. I have to go to the gym today and get my exercise, so I'm only going to be out in the rain a little bit. Have a good day. All right, ciao.